Okay, we went over a little on time last time with Dark Cloud 2, and I do need to wrap a little early today so I can prepare for my trip to PAX tomorrow. So we're going to stop when the clock says 20 hours. About 10 minutes earlier or so. Last we left off, I did a significant amount of grinding last session. I'm still trying to collect all the geostones for the area before we really bother with building anything in the town, I think. I'm gonna pop out of the dungeon real quick and see if there's more stuff that I can get from the NPCs on the train. I need to level up the robot quite a lot. He's kind of awful right now, in that he does a ton of damage, but he's a glass cannon. Yeah, pretty wacko. Surprised that it still is that way after so long. I mean, Patreon kind of has it down. I've got a event manager that tells me, you know, whether people subbed, when they subbed, if they dropped their sub. Like, they actually changed, they went in and they redid the email that sends out with your list of subscribers, and they removed whether or not someone was a Prime subscriber or not. So I just kind of have to guess that now. Here, please. Thank you. Let's see if I can upgrade. I probably can't. Need to save up for a core upgrade. Core 2. 1400. Okay. Seems like that's more important to do first, and then do the defense upgrades later. Although I think Megman was saying that defense upgrades carry over to new cores, so it's not the end of the world. Okay. Looks like they didn't fully regenerate, so I'm just gonna grab the mare again and go back out. I can afford a upgrade right now, so I'll grab one. Core limits how many defense upgrades you can equip. Is that how it works? I need defense really bad for him. He takes like a third of his health per hit, even from a really weak enemy. Just barely afford it. Okay, and for funsies, where are we at? 6. Really? Wow, that's garbage. Okay. We must have to get a lot of upgrades there. Alright, let's save, and then we'll go back in the dungeon and try to power up the... I'm gonna focus on the ride pod today. We kind of focused on Monica last time. That seems to be the case. Hey, Yahan, how you doing? Little Dragon Counterattack. Can't use Monica, that's fine. Got all of our walkthroughs from last time set aside. We're using a photo invention guide. Weapon upgrade guide. Thanks, Kai Mom. It's still loud because Skyrim yesterday is super quiet. Appreciate it. Should fix it. Hey, Serp, what's groovin'? Oh, and thank you, Aki. I totally missed it. I was signing in. Tide Pod. Wait. What was the game we were playing recently that had Tide Pods in it? It may have been Final Fantasy XIV. Like a boss that used that as an attack. What? Alright. Whatever you say, game. Nice, Yahan. How's your campaign coming, Ikbo? Super cheesy to keep swapping off of it after killing stuff to avoid using resources, but it feels correct as well. Hoping not to get wrecked by the Shadowfell Dragon. Godspeed. One of those things where I wonder why they make it so that you consume fuel when just passively using the ride pod. It doesn't seem like it moves terribly faster than the main character. So you can, like, trivially avoid the penalty by just swapping out of it after every kill. If I pick up all the XP with him, it actually levels up pretty fast. It's nice. Cool. Yeah, but there wasn't any thought into, does it actually make sense to include this from a mechanical perspective, given that it's degenerate. That's too bad. Can also happen from too much iteration. Sometimes you can start with this flavor idea of the ride pod uses fuel, and then as you improve on quality of life issues, like after 50 iterations, you still have something that no longer makes any sense, but no one on the team realizes it doesn't make any sense because they've been all working on the iterations all along, and each step has made sense along the way. But if you brought in a new person to build the game from the ground up, they probably wouldn't even include it. And top-down mechanics design is fine, but I think you need to take a quick step and just ask yourself, does this actually add anything? There's like flavor reasons I could include the characters needing to take bathroom breaks or have a hunger meter for all the characters, and clearly they chose not to track that. But they decided to include fuel. First game had a thirst meter? Okay, it seems like they're moving in the right direction then. You kind of need a red team to figure it out, or have, like, spend extra money on UX testing. I said it's really hard when you're in a team, especially when you're iterating on a product over and over, to realize that something is, like, mutated into something kind of silly. Potions in Diablo 3 are a really good demonstration of that effect. Potions in Diablo 2, you bought them, you had a certain number of them on your person. They advanced in quality. And then Diablo 3 iterated on potions by having only one kind of potion, and the amount that it healed you was a function of your max HP. And then to keep you from abusing it, they just set a cooldown on the potion. But then it kind of raised the question, like, why are these even consumable in the first place? Like, why should I have to go to town and buy 99 potions? Like, I'm either going to have 99 or 0. Any other number is uninteresting. So eventually they were like, oh, I guess this is kind of stupid. You should just have infinite normal potions, right? Encourage character switching. Diablo 3 eventually added special potions and Reaper of Souls, yeah. That was actually kind of what put them on the design path of having the regular potion be infinite, because the special potions were infinite, and it was just kind of like a marginal quality of life improvement. And they asked themselves, why do we even bother having the normal potion not be infinite? There's no point to it. You don't like potion sickness? Whoops. Oh, so much for the ride pod. The only way to repair it is outside of the level, I assume. I didn't fuel to revive it? Okay. Did it take an XP penalty for dying or something, like the way weapons do? Hey, Ludifex, you feeling any better, man? Really sorry to hear about you getting injured. It sucks. Potion sickness has an effect between... Well, I personally prefer a cooldown over a consumable. I don't think that's a bullseye coin. What does that do? Accuracy boost, probably? How does accuracy work in this game, though? I'll look it up after this. Ugh. I do not know how the jump attack works at all. At all. Just know it's a pain to try to trigger. You're the worst, you know that? Crit chance increase? Okay.
Alright. That takes care of you guys.
Great. Consumables work in Breath of the Wild. I think that, I don't know how they pulled it off, but whatever they did, arrows feel pretty perfect in Breath of the Wild. They are consumable, you're excited whenever you find more of them, and somehow, through some kind of algorithm math magic, you're always excited. You never have way too many arrows. Maybe it's they adjust the loot drops based on what you already have or something cool like that. I don't know. Where's the meat? Consumable weapons in that game are brilliant. It's what made that game work. I almost wish that they broke more quickly. It was the one thing it did wrong, I think. But they had too much durability. Alright, pop out and get my ride pod healed up, and then we'll come back in. I think if you're going to make something consumable, it has to have a realistic cost. Interesting decision that you have to make. Like Final Fantasy, for example, you may as well have one object that's just called the potion that you can use every turn, because it's so trivial to have 99 regular potions. I don't think I've ever played a Final Fantasy where I used my last potion, and not just from like unwillingness to use consumable resources. Unique consumables. Yeah, I think that the late game weapons should have broken just as quickly as the early game weapons, so that you were never opening a chest and having full weapons. You would always want any weapon you could find. I guess Master Mode kind of approaches that point a little bit. It could be possible to keep infinite potions, unrestricted healing, if the penalty for healing too much is painless. Reduced XP, loots go to the stack size penalty. I like the Dark Souls approach. I wish that Dark Souls would take its Estus Flask approach and apply it to every other consumable item in the game. I think that would be an improvement. Like, you only ever find one firebomb, and you can use that one firebomb once per death or once per bonfire trip, and it refreshes uses. And maybe you can find a second firebomb, but all that really does is now you have 2 uses of the firebomb per death or per rest. It's interesting because it's kind of like a Vancian system, but I actually like it instead of thinking it's awful.
Anything here?
No.
It's a dead end. But it feels like something should be here.
No kidding. Boss fight later, maybe? Oh yeah? See, tabletop I think is the #1 place to get rid of consumables. What's your argument for them, Jan? Especially like trivial consumable ammo, for example. Like, oof. Or like lantern oil, crap like that. I would rather go with the, but do I have to actually be in this square in order to progress down a different path? It's interesting, I didn't know that. That's okay, I should be able to handle this. It was pretty hard. I think I have to do the super hard elephant level again. Crap. Okay. Well, Monica's much buffer now. I just gotta play it safe. Oh, that's awesome, 6-gun. That's what I want. Exactly what I'm talking about. I really should check out this Blades in the Dark game. It sounds like it's up my alley, what you said about it. Yeah, I totally agree, Kubo. Do you guys bother with tracking non-trivial stuff? I think it was one of the very first things I ever house ruled, was if it's not interesting, we don't bother. In fact, I even go so far as to say, like, you can generally reasonably produce a non-magical object that would be useful to you via narrative fiat and be like, oh, my character would totally be the kind of person to carry lantern fuel with them without needing to have previously written it down on their sheet. As long as you can argue for why, it doesn't bother me. Jump attack, man, kicking my ass. Should decide who I'm going to give the bonus crit to. Spell components. Spell components are one of those things that are a very interesting flavor idea, but I don't think they work mechanically. I think they're more hassle than they're worth. How do the flasks work in Path of Exile? Path of Exile I know is more like, what you call it, Diablo 2 in a lot of ways. I assume it's true for that as well. I wish that attack didn't hit behind them. That would make these guys a lot easier to fight. There is a hot springs here that I can try to rely on. Not consumable, you can equip 5 of them and they recharge when you kill things. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like Hollow Knight's innovation is very clever. Something like a mix between that and Bloodborne. I think that that's appropriate, Yahan, on a, like, scenario-to-scenario basis. Like, if the whole point of your scenario is you need to go assassinate someone and you only have 3 crossbow bolts, that's interesting. But, like, random battle number 72 with goblins probably shouldn't need to track how many crossbow bolts you have. Yeah, if it was... That's the big problem. That's the thing that I keep wanting to have magically be fixed, that I feel like a lot of tabletop RPG design, when you're writing it almost assuming that a computer is adjudicating everything, and then when you actually play it, humans have to do it, and humans are imperfect and lose track of shit. But that stuff is fun. It's just keeping track of it is really annoying. I think more so than not liking keeping track of stuff on paper, I don't like forgetting something. Because it creates this it can really interfere with my enjoyment of the game, my suspension of disbelief. We're like, oh, I was supposed to have a +2 on that attack, and that attack that I rolled 3 turns ago should have hit, and then we would have won, and my friend wouldn't have died. Like, oh, I hate that feeling so much. End up constantly hitting them while clearing trash. Half your inputs are flasks. I wonder if that's solvable. You can change the mechanics to make that less awful, Spiky. I think 4 hits are enough to stagger with this weapon. But good luck getting the 4 hits in, is a problem. I don't like that. The Pathfinder is specifically built around that. I'd also be fine with inventory management in like a Dark Sun style setting where scarcity is like a major part of the setting. Yeah, lucking out getting these coins. How does a healing coin work? Makes you heal with attacks, maybe? Seems pretty great. There's one of those. The life drain. Okay, that's cool. How does the heal coin work then? Region? Really? Alright, let me check what I want to do with Monica's weapon here. Oh, lightning crystals. I think I needed those. Cool. So, her weapon is... First of all, we should repair it real quick. And then... we were making... I was going to make the kitchen knife, but I think Flare Chew told me it wasn't as good. I think I'll probably just stick to what I was originally going to do. Need lightning 14 and scale 27. Or I could do beast 23, scale 14. And then if I have any beast, I don't think I do. Guess I can use the hide for that. Yeah, I guess so. I have 41 beast orbs. Oh, that's what hunter is? Oh, shit, I didn't know that. Okay, 23 is 10, 4 of these. Okay. And then it needed flame was the other one? Flame 14. I don't think I have any flame. I'll have to watch out for flame to drop then. I'll do it then. See if I have anything that makes it. So I'm pretty close to the requirement. Wooden stuff has bread. How much do I need here? Get up to 14. I'll wait for me to get a drop. There's Super Sard already, huh? No reason not to just build up as soon as I can, right? Like, I keep the synthesis points. It's only when you spectrumize that you might want to wait until it's higher level. I'll wait for an answer before I fuck with it. DCs are just trying to get back home without being part of the early armies. That's cool. Thanks for sharing, Johanna. Haven't really interfaced with this setting where I found that to be fun. It's cool to hear an example of how it could work. You suck, you know that? I was not. Okay. Oops. Crystal. Crystal can go to platinum or Pokelcool? So they both have multiple passes after that. Higher rank weapons take longer to learn. Okay, I'll do that next time. It seems like from last section that spectrumizing is not, and there's a fucking flame crystal. Of course there was one right in that chest there. Game is cruel. I was waiting for it, right? 9 and I need 14. Wait till it gets to +5 and then I'll do it. That makes more sense to me. I really thought all the focus on you should be leveling up weapons to 5 and spectrumizing them to put on new weapons. Like that mechanics loop felt kind of janky because it would be like every time you start to get strong you need to like nerf yourself and suck. And it seems like that would only stop being annoying in like the very final act of the game. See if I have the meat yet. I don't think I do. I think last time I did this, like, dropped from the very first enemy. It's pretty great. Rock is weak against rock. Oh shit, hopefully he doesn't have it. Well, magic does quite a bit more damage at least. I sharded all the way, and I can do that from safety too. Never selling weapon, clearing them through spectrumizing. Yeah, but spectrumizing lesser weapons means switching to a lesser weapon in order to get it to +5 to make it worth spectrumizing. That was the source of my confusion. It sounds like that's not efficient to do. Yeah, but you can't spectrumize them unless you level them to 5. The only way to level them to 5 is to swap to them. I hate that jump attack so much. When I need it to work, it doesn't work. When I specifically don't want it to happen, it always triggers. It's like the game knows. Yeah, but I was doing that last session, and it took forever to get my weak Gladius to +5. Good luck, Mega Man. I was killing something with the ride pod, switching out of the ride pod, switching to Monica, picking up the ABS, switching back to Max, switching into the ride pod, killing an enemy, switching out of the ride pod, switching to Monica, picking up the ABS. Oh, the exit you use matters? I didn't know that. I appreciate the heads up. I thought I just picked which path I wanted to take out. Do I know if I already used an exit before? An indicator anywhere? Yeah, that's the thing I didn't know. You're the worst. So, spectrumizing a weaker weapon is something you would not bother with until like the last 10 hours of the game, it sounds like. I even think if you're playing it hardcore, it just takes too long. I think I remember what you were talking about. I remember seeing the sun icon and not knowing what it was. Thanks for the heads up. I totally would have just gone to the closest door and then had to do this level again. Which even with spending basically all of last session leveling up Monica, and doing so with the ride pod, so that both of her weapons should be equally leveled. She's still pretty behind Max, very behind the ride pod. The only reason to not use the ride pod, and only the ride pod ever, is because of these levels that lock you out from doing so. First exit you saw. Oh yikes, Death Johnson. Yeah, I appreciate it. Saving my bacon. There's that jump attack again. Do your thing. Come on. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Excuse me. Yeah, having battles with the ride pod's not an option is a more arbitrary way to keep you from just using it exclusively, but having enemies that are too fast for it is a little bit better. Especially if there are a good number of them and it's not just like, you know, one enemy out of a bajillion. It's hard to kill with the ride pod. I feel like ideally if the design goal is to have you swapping between Max, Monica, the monster, and the ride pod, you would kind of like spread out those different types of enemies that are best handled by one character or the other. No healing? Excuse me. I think, is that seal? Our tracking weapons. Okay. Gross. It's like comical. That's too bad. It seems like it's a pretty big mechanic to exist in the game to be mostly useless. Oops. I think even with treads though, because of the fuel system, you're still probably gonna wait to hop into the ride pod until you're close, get your shots off, and then pop immediately out. Force a habit for me to do that from previous sessions, even though I'm specifically trying to level the ride pod. I think I needed 1600 to get the core upgrade. Dare disappear on me, Luke. Swear to God. Take some repair powder, that's cool. Remember that there's a healing spring back here, which doesn't work because of the white seal. Is that correct? Or does a white seal only block, like, healing items? Oof. Try to stun these guys. Might help. Magic crystal. It's very possible I'm just playing the game wrong, but given that you still take damage from guarding, it seems like it's preferable to move out of the way of damage. Ugh. Okay, when that happens. Does not feel good. Is there a situation where guarding opens them up for attacks where dodging out of the way would not? I guess maybe you stay close to the enemy. That helps. Kind of a busted strategy, really. Like, it just seems correct to do that. How do you have to use 2 repair items to repair ride pod weapons normally? Oh, some enemies strip and fall if you guard. Okay, that's good enough. I don't think I've encountered that yet. Found bread. Alright, should really get our level 2 core upgrade. Very nice. Wasn't too big of a hassle. So the core upgrade includes a defense upgrade by default, and also includes more max fuel, maybe? Or what causes me to get more max fuel? Batteries? A lot of enemies over here, shit. Backpacks. Wish you could attack them when they fall down like that. Too bad you can't. Some of these are gonna have to be mimics, not all of them, right? Oh yeah, because it doesn't see all the enemies are dead. Since I don't have ABS to lose. Yeah.
Which shall it be? Very good. Here you are.
Well, that's garbage, unless if it was gold paint. Bummer. And this one's gonna be the last minute. Hey. Cool. That's not really a downside. It still seems like it's like the correct choice in 90% of situations in the game, right? Especially in your typical dungeon exploration. Especially once you have the ranged gun, you have like zero risk. Yes, please. I'm gonna go back, since it's a couple levels, I'll go back and repair the ride pod guns and see if the NPCs on the train have new shit for me. Be a little bit more aggressive with saving, since we lost one yesterday. It was kind of a bummer. Yeah, it's kind of got the Final Fantasy X Yuna Aeons problem, where you can cheese basically every random battle in the game with Aeons. But then if you get into a fight where you don't have Yuna or Aeons are disabled, you will be in big trouble. I'm gonna wait until I have all of the geostones. Especially now that, like, the dungeon levels are trivial with the ride pod. And I'm not really at any risk of taking damage. Right, I can upgrade it. Right, Yukubo. It's a problem that's... I feel like the reason you wouldn't abuse the Yuna Aeon issue is because it takes so long to summon. Like, it's because it's annoying to do, it would stop you from doing it. 2, Core 3. Alright, I think I understand. It'll just always use the best core. Guess so. That is 14 defense, it's slightly less garbage. Yeah, it still usually is more of a hassle than just having Titus at all whack the enemies to shit. Granny Rosa. Remind me, how do amulets actually work? It has to be like my selected item, or it has to be my item bar or something like that. Right. That can also happen, Spiky. They have to be selected in order for that element to work. So basically, like, punish yourself by not letting yourself have other consumables readily available, like weapon repair and bread. Just be willing to go into the item menu to activate those, since the game pauses anyway. It's an interesting choice. I guess I would have preferred an accessory slot in that case. It's a loss of a quality of life feature. I'm not having to go into the menu, which is an interesting trade-off. I wonder why they didn't just give you like 3 amulet slots. Probably an iteration thing. Right now, I don't think I have to worry about any status effects. Maybe poison from traps. It's a really interesting choice. It's all repaired. I think I'll keep doing Ride Pod XP for a while. Once I've tapped it out as much as I can use it to more easily level up Monica and Max. Alright, off we go. Previous game didn't let you stack items. So the previous game you would pretty much only ever use the quick bar for amulets. Because it would be too annoying to have to move bread back onto it every time you used one. Oh, okay. If you still had ones. That's really functionally different from stacking, other than that it doesn't tell you how many you have left. The worst. Area is like XP heaven all of a sudden. Take it. Yeah. The camera only ever works from there, so he has to pay the item tax to be able to use it. It just seems correct to have 3 amulets on your bar all the time, and then just manually go in your inventory to repair stuff and to heal. I guess maybe you can make it so that an item on the bar is slightly more effective, 15% more effective or something, to give you some reason to keep it on the bar instead. You can't use offensive items in the menu. That's good to know. Figured it was just healing and repair stuff that you could use from the menu. Hey, right bug fuel. A lot of this to increase the ride pod's defense, but I guess I still kind of need it for the enemies that have projectiles, elemental dragon heads. Do a lot of damage. Is there any way to reliably get your hands on them? It was all random. Maybe there's a merchant that sells it. Oh shit, that guy was dead already. My bad. I needed 2,000 XP for the next core. What's the max core I can get? Like, is there anything story-wise gating me from getting new cores, or is it just how much ABS I'm willing to farm? Items have their own stats, regardless of weapons. Okay. So what's the max number? Can't carry any more items, holy crap. Well, that's the dream. Sick, guys. Sorry. Probably gonna unpack stuff, so. Six or seven. Okay, so defense until I can't buy defense anymore, then core. Keep doing that. Alright, I mean, to that end, I think I'll just use the ride pod every single stage until I get to a stage where I need to do something different, or a boss or something. And just keep powering it up until I can't power it up anymore. If I have to use Monica or Max, I'll take a break to run in and farm them up a little bit, get them some ABS. Yeah. Run into an enemy immediately after I pop out of it, aren't I? Alright. Not quite immediately, but let's do it. Jerk. Cool. And wipeout time. Where's the map? Good timing on the map. I just have to remember to pop out and go talk to Cedric every time. I think another way to help with the amulet problem, passives problem, is like have it so that items that are equipped in that way don't count against the stack max. Because even if consumable items can only be used from the hotbar, you can still freely go into your inventory, swap to them, pop out, use them from the hotbar, pop back in, re-equip the amulet. Not saying that that's actually worth doing. It's like the Persona re-rolling thing in Persona 3. If you wanted to engage in a gigantic pain in the ass, you could do something for free. The only thing stopping you would be how big of a pain in the ass it is. Right. 26, it's a specific amount. Upgrade. 798, okay. Getting into a groove now. Alright, another 2 exits from here. These dungeons are getting pretty big, too. This one feels like it's like 3 times larger than the last zone. Base cost multiplied by a fraction. That would make sense. Probably don't have to mess around with rocks as long as I'm full on right pot fuel. I think that's the only thing that's interesting that drops from them. Ow. Dick. New enemy. Cool. It seems worth opening locked chests because they tend to contain like coins and stuff. Actually, speaking of coins, I may as well just make a super weapon. So there's no limit. I can put all of the benefits onto a single weapon other than the ones that cancel each other out, like poverty and wealth. Yeah, makes sense. Just seems like that's mathematically correct. Like, you don't actually have any chance of knowing which one it really is. It's just a random chance anyway, so you may as well take the one that has the lowest chance for a bad result. What are we doing on money, by the way? I haven't looked in a while. Decent. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Since exploding traps destroy the chest, if you guess exploding and it's exploding, you save the chest. If you're wrong, a bad thing happens, but you had an equally good chance of a bad thing happening otherwise, so it's just mathematically correct to always guess exploding. Jesus. The game would have to provide you some other way to guess what it is, some clue into what the chest actually is, or a pattern, to make that not the correct choice. Right. Yeah, I got that. It's tough. It's, I We talk a lot about how people ask, why do they still print bad cards in Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering? Why can't they just print cards that are always good? And there's a couple answers to that, but one of the answers is it's important for a player in exploring the game to come to the realization, oh, this card is bad. It's kind of satisfying to develop as a player to know that this card for this mana is more valuable than this card for this mana, so that's why you keep printing bad cards. Similarly, what trap do you think it is basically a non-choice. There's one right answer, so it should just always just automatically guess the exploding trap for you. But, on the other hand, it kind of robs the player of that discovery, I guess. Blowing up over here, sorry, I'm trying to follow up on pack stuff here. Hey, Ethnos is back on sale. One of Andrew's co-workers brought it over to play with us by the same people that make Mysterium, I think? Might be Mysterium. Anyway, super cool game. Liked it a lot. And it was out of stock for a really long time on Amazon, so like only people are selling it used for like 80 bucks. Yes, absolutely, Ludifex. If you know you can't go, let me know as soon as you can. I can try to find someone else to sell them to, but for now I still have them ready for you. You can meet me at the first concert would be fine, or just stay in touch otherwise. Yeah. Like, the card shouldn't be named "this card is bad" for that effect to work, I agree. There's a specific Magic thing where, in a Hearthstone thing, where you want the player to occasionally draw a dud. It's like having whites and blues in Diablo instead of just legendaries. Okay, awesome, it affects. I'm glad to hear that. I would really suck to not be able to go. Vendor Trash in Diablo 3, at least, has a lot of specific purposes. For some reason, part of their design philosophy is that they want to break up the dungeoning experience and send you back to town every so often to empty out your inventory, sell things, repair. I'm actually not super well read on the actual reasons for doing that. Like if there's psychological studies or something that suggest why that's a good idea. I assume there's a good reason for it. I've only seen that's why they do it, and I haven't read the why of the why, so to speak. Yeah, thematic vendor trash is fine. The only time I have a problem with thematic vendor trash, and I think I agree, Surf, too, it's like, it's more interesting. I have a problem with it when the game doesn't clearly indicate that it's vendor trash, by saying this has no value other than to be sold for money. But lots of games are getting better about doing that now, thankfully. Or when you have an inventory space problem, and different types of flavorful vendor trash compete for inventory space. And when a game doesn't make it easy for you to instantly sell all garbage. Diablo 3's gotten really good at, like, salvage all gear, you know. If you can find a way to make it have other uses... I guess as soon as it has other uses, it stops to be vendor trash to me. Diablo with market players weren't forced back to town. Yeah, but like, why? Burnout, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, like, why do you want to get them out of the action? Why does that matter? That's what I don't understand. While enemy drops heavy use, but you get so many that you could and should safely sell most of them for money. The super wrench. What does the time effect do? Does not make it swing faster, that's what I was hoping for. It is true that I've played games where the right way to experience the content is to like non-stop, never look away from the screen. Like that's what Final Fantasy XI was like, and it's also like the new Eureka content in Final Fantasy XIV, where you just got to keep your chain going. And the most efficient way to play is to never, ever, ever, ever stop ever. And that's awful. Like, I'd rather not engage with it at all. Path of Exile, you had to return back to town too much. Yeah. I think I ended up getting over that after a while in, like, Diablo. You kind of get to a point where, like, okay, I'm not going to pick up whites anymore, and I'm not going to pick up blues anymore. I think, was it Marvel Heroes had a bunch of cool ARPG efficiency-enhancing ideas. Like, it had a loot vacuum, and you could set the loot vacuum to automatically either ignore or salvage destroy loot that dropped below a certain rarity threshold that you specified. The main thing upgrading the pod does is increase its defense. Does it have any other purpose? And letting you add more defensive upgrades onto it? Does it suck less now? Oh yeah. 26. What do you mean by capacity for equipment? The guns require a certain equipment amount. Okay. We are the Roly-Poly brothers. Gotcha. Pretty behind on defense upgrades, I think. Yeah, I gotcha. Where is that cost displayed? So it just keeps it in your inventory. I think that's a weird decision. Yeah, I don't see where it's displayed. That's why I was puzzled. You don't know until you try to equip it. Yeah, but you have to like equip the thing to see how much capacity it requires to equip. Equip it and unequip it and compare the before and after numbers. Ivanov. cool. That's cool. The new treads are about as fast as max, and given that I'm not really ever taking damage anymore, I don't need to swap out. That should speed things up a little bit. Given I'm not taking damage, so my fuel's not taking a hit, and I'm gonna get a fuel heal after every mission because I need to anyway to repair my guns. I don't need to stress anymore. That's cool. Destruction crystal. This might be slightly slower than max, but only slightly. Chests. They can open chests, but not rocks. Rocks are kind of unnecessary unless if you need ride pod fuel, right? Because I think they can only drop like bread, ride pod fuel, and repair dust, I guess. It's mimic slightly. So the repair dust is nothing to sneeze at. You just can't kick rocks. Hey, I got the giant meat. So I'm gonna try to kill everything now. It's worth it. Banana. One of them super burns. So what are the positive things that can happen from spinning the Angel Devil coin? You can get your weapons healed, you can get extra ABS. Chest was empty. That's weird. I'm wondering if it's ever viable to bring the lady that makes it always turn up Angel. Okay, probably not. Seems like the mayor is still correct for now, so long as money is still relevant to me. Shortest wipeout time. The other path that was blocked earlier with the shiny yellow, probably going to require a different exit key that I'll find through, I'm guessing, Georamas at some point. Yeah, losing ABS doesn't happen. I thought it just damaged you or reduced your weapon hit points. Right, I don't remember. I gotta get into an autopilot, basically, where I go in the dungeon, do a level, hop out, warp to the train, repair my thing, upgrade my thing. Every 3 times run in the train and get the consumable items that I'm missing out on. It's a well-oiled machine over here. So when will I know that I can't keep putting shield upgrades in there? Will he just stop selling them? He's still selling them right now. Or do the shield upgrades each burn capacity? I've gone from my ride pot being dying in 3 hits to being like twice as tanky as my tankiest character. Okay, check it in a second. Give me some of that cheese. I don't think this tells me if she tries to make cheese and I'm already maxed out. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. Don't have to mess around with the granny anymore. It's exciting. It's that thing that says 24 out of 36. Wow, so I'm way behind. Gotcha. Change metals. What do you got, bud? It's way too expensive. All of the metal stuff is just stupid cosmetic crap, right? It doesn't actually do anything. Okay, I've got max bread as well, yeah. Might still need grilled chicken. I will not. But that's still just cosmetic, right? You can change what the weapon looks like. Making money, not having to spend any money because we never have to spend anything on repair powder anymore. Or bread anymore. That's really weird. Is that a glitch? It's really odd. Alright, next level, let's do it. Got this. Dragon Slayer. Attack and defeat all enemies using only the ride pod. However, will I achieve that? Ten sticky glade's pretty good. I need a lot of those. These guys are kind of annoying with the ride pod. This might be slightly slower than Max moving normally. Hard to tell. It is, okay. Probably one more leg upgrade will do it. Turn around, Bright Eyes. That seems really odd if it's not on purpose. I could see the game checks the name of the weapon to see what its base identity is, which seems really odd. Able to make a water cannon 2 yet? Indestructible coin. I'm guessing that makes it so it's less likely to... has more durability or something similar. Fountain. Thought I had a fountain. Why not? Yeah, I do. Barrel fountain. Oh, I need a well, which I don't have yet. Okay. Breaking my weapons to make them less breakable. Alright. Gotta use that wrench for the rest of the game. Investing all my shit in it. Melee weapons take more weapon health damage based on enemy hardness? I didn't know that. I thought it was always just one per swing with every weapon in the game, period. Hardness exists only to break weapons faster, or... Man, today's my day. Gotten like 5 coins today. I'd love to be able to put that on the ride pod gun. Yeah, didn't think so. Wait, that actually seemed to have replaced something, didn't it? Oh, absorption and healing are opposed. Bummer. Oh, it better not be ABS up. No, ABS is still on there. Healing is like regen, and absorption is like you recover when you attack. I'll remember that for next time. I can put it on somebody else. Oops. So that's the only positive opposition, where both things are beneficial, healing and absorption. Because the other ones, it's like, fragile is bad, but indestructible is good, and poverty is bad, but wealth is good. Dark and critical. What does dark do? I had this pulled up at some point, but I can't find the document I had with it. Oh, this guy's new. Aragon. Okay, Dragon Quest Dragon. Oh, well, screw that then. I don't ever want dark. Right on. I missed if someone confirmed it earlier. Healing is regen and absorption is you recover health when you attack. how much regen is healing? Sweet. Dark is specifically bad for machine guns. Gotcha. No room left for bombs. Oh, healing is a fixed amount with each hit. Absorb is dependent on damage dealt. So which one scales better to the end game? That makes it sound like Absorb is better. I guess it depends on if you're fighting an enemy that you do almost no damage to, then you get good healing. Yep. Yep, so the next level, please. Thank you. Healings. Okay, perfect. Well, I'm glad I got rid of it then. I guess what other upgrades can I still get on that wrench? Because I have precision, ABS up, steel, absorb, poison, maybe? I don't know if I actually put poison on it. So I can still get wealth, I think. Oh, indestructible. So I got time, steel, indestructible, absorb, and ABS up. Yeah, so it replaced healing, right? Or did they just cancel each other out? That's stupid. So now I have to use 2 absorb coins to get absorb? Gross. Super gross. Okay. It's gonna be a while before I max that out, I guess. Move. Yes. Yours Valley, huh? That sounds like a story room.
Wow, what a huge tree!
Tell him, Max.
It's the Yorda tree. It's holy. They say it's been here for thousands of years. First time I've ever seen it, though. Wow, I didn't think it would be this big.
Pretty big tree. Absolute unit. Alright, now I gotta do Georama stuff. What's up, sir? A meme time. It's another important fantasy tree. Yeah. Tech retrieval, less interesting. Exactly. Okay. Download all these geostones, see if it gives me new culture deets. I can go buy a bunch of stuff with all that money I just earned. Sweet. 2 people reside in Valley. Crystal Prayer Site restored. Now, can I just go to a house and... Priest Bruno. Let me see. Can I go to a house and tell it what person I want to move into it, or do I have to go get them from the train and move them here? Where's that house with too many chimneys that I built now? There's like 3 chimneys on there. Move people in. Priest Bruno. You serious? Fuck you, Priest Bruno. I only will live in a church. I won't have a house. Do-do-do-do-do. Wait, I can't make him a church. Gotta do Starlight Temple first. Wait, so... how... oh, okay. I guess I have to get the 2 people who reside in Valley and the Crystal Prayer Site. No, that can't be right, because Crystal Prayer Site requires Priest Bruno. Where's the church? I didn't see it in the list. Oh, at the very bottom. Okay, my bad. Nope. There has been a change in the future, which happens every time I do one of these analysis things, right? Should I do each of those one by one every time it pops up? It's usually going to create a mini chest, is that right? So like taking all these characters from Palm Brinks and like spreading them throughout the game world. Some levels I've beaten? Oh, weird. You said there's a chest I'm not supposed to open here? Which one is it? I still can't see shit on these bridges. So if I run past one, let me know I'm looking with earnest. That keeps you from like totally screwing a character over, putting all the defense upgrades on one and making the other one a total glass cannon. But you could still miss all of those upgrades too, I guess. So there was a change in the future after is it just that spinny thing in the middle wasn't there before? I don't remember. Doke. What else can I do here? I can move somebody into that other crappy house. Oops. Preferably someone I don't care about who's not on the train that I'm going back to get stuff from them all the time. Something special we still have to do for Scared Torch. Ferdinand at the Chinese stand. Rolling logs. Sacred makes more sense. It would be really cool if I could access the gnome guy's shop from that menu. It's a torch that's scared. Da-da-da. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to bump Ferdinand. Yeah, right? I need shitloads of these, so I'm just gonna buy a shitload of them. Should pay off later, I feel like. It is not available. I haven't had to do it in a while because I haven't had new things to take pictures of. Like, basically, you have a shitload of stuff to take pictures of in the starting zone, and then no pictures to take until you actually start building things. Alright, I'm gonna move Ferdinand here. Should restore the Bistro in the future. Wait, this is the Chinese stand, right? How do I make Ferdinand go there? Do I have to have him in my party first, maybe? It's a mix of, like... Oh, here we go. Just facing the wrong way. It's a mix of, like, kind of, sort of SimCity town building elements and mystery dungeon delving and time travel? I got a save point here. My bad. Hey, Symmetric. How you doing? Doing pretty well. Trying to get ready to go to PAX tomorrow, which I'm pretty excited for.
Look at that!
Hey, it's Chow's Bistro.
Got my panel all ready and practiced.
Oh, it smells really good.
He's the one that makes bistro food that cures all illnesses. Because Japan. Some temple should have shown up here as well, I think. opposite of the bistro. So not the area, but on the if I walked straight across it, all the way across all the bridges, then there's a chest I don't want to open.
Wow, this is it?
Yep. Something smells good. Let's check it out. Are you Lao Chao?
Yes, welcome. What can I get you?
Spinny goggles.
Actually, we didn't come to eat today. We've got a friend that's very ill. She's in bad shape. We want to give her your miracle dish so she can get better. Could you make it for her, please?
I see. I wish I could help you, but there's a special
Tamlin
ingredient I
hairs.
need to make my miracle dish.
Oh wow!
A special ingredient?
Metal Gear.
To
Another
make my
side
miracle
quest.
dish, I need a white windflower. People say that it's extinct now. You can't find it anywhere at all. You used to be able to find them flowering in deep valleys.
A white
Roger.
windflower, huh?
Monica, there's a chance that it might grow back in Starlight Canyon.
You think so?
Yeah, it is the past after all.
God. Oh my God!
Okay,
Although
Lao
actually it
Chao,
was sort of
we'll
obvious.
see what we can do.
Oh no, Yukipo, I'm sorry. Do you know the language of Chinese? It always upsets me when I find out that, like, the insurance plan that Andrea is on covers that kind of crap. Oof. Hey, what's up? This temple exists in an endless night because the moon crystal's power is strongest at night. Whatever you say, rabbit person. Tell it like it is. Like, it's like this special moon night temple, Starlight Canyon, but then there's like, oh, and also Lao Chao's Bistro. BT dubs. No, acupuncture doesn't have any. It's pseudoscience. Studies have shown it's indistinguishable from placebo, and placebo is useful to some people. But it's like, what's that, reflexology, the foot one? And chiropractic. Chiropractic is nice in the sense that it, you know, is a back massage, which sometimes people like to have, but the original creator of it touts all these crazy benefits like curing diseases. Lots of stuff that's relaxing that has its own merit, it's true. But there's a difference between doing something because it's relaxing or exotic versus doing it because it has apparent health benefits that aren't real, right? Stuart resides in Valley. I don't have enough information to get the rest of these. I guess I can get a brick house. And I'll just go do the thing it wants me to do first. Let me warp somewhere else first so I can save. It's a nice massage, but it's quack pseudoscience. Like, it doesn't do any of the other things that its creator purported that it did. It has like this weird ley lines philosophy. You may as well just go to a masseuse. Yeah, right, Ikupo. Exactly. Alright, so it could be here, or it could be here. I guess I'll just check both locations. Nothing's stopping me from doing that. No. The bird's just chilling there waiting for you to leave. Can I get to... Sorry, I'll use my words here. Does the flower that I want spawn in one of these two non-combat areas, or does it spawn actually in the dungeon proper? Might be further back. It does. Thank you. Oops. Probably the other one then. Surprised it didn't actually let me switch rooms. It's okay, I can get back in there trivially.
Something.
What's that now?
The condor can talk? Alright.
Looking for a white windflower. Have you seen any near here?
White windflower?
White windflower? A black car?
Haven't heard of it.
Nuclear weapon?
I bet you could find one from the sky. Will you help us look?
Yeah, Leon, I do that once a month when I do the subscriber database update.
I don't think
There's
so.
you and like 3 other
I've got
people, I
enough
think.
to worry about. What's the matter? Look at that, will you?
Yeah, right, sir.
Some weird old something is up above my home with my dear chicks inside. I'd like to give my sweet children some food, but I can't get near the place. Looks like a time distortion. I guess time is starting to be affected in this era too.
Distortion?
That's right. When Griffin disturbed the flow of time, it started to warp and become strained in places. Those places are time distortions.
Yes, no worries. I plan to do a subscriber database update after PAX anyway, probably that weekend when I get back.
There are already lots of time distortions in my era, but it looks like they've started happening in this time too.
Yeah, I try to do everything like chat badge, prestige, anything that involves me looking through the Deepbot database. I try to do that all at once in like a 5-hour chunk.
How can we get rid of it?
Nope, it's my first one. I'm surprised that I got approved. I actually mentioned that in my panel.
Whenever there's a time distortion, there's always a fragment that falls out somewhere nearby. If you hit that fragment into the distortion, you can make the distortion go away. Really?
Is it
You can
golfing?
Get rid of it? Well, what are you waiting for? I'll help you find your white wind thingy when you're done.
Really? Okay, Monica, let's get rid of it.
It's not all that easy. Here, hold on.
Acupuncture could cure this distortion. Right. I think it's gonna be golf.
Now, where is it? There it is. This is it.
That's
This
so
is a time distortion fragment. It's also called a sphere. Be careful.
Oh,
You can't touch
man.
it with your bare hands.
It's really stupid.
You hit it with a long stick or something. It's not too complicated, but it's hard to get it into the distortion. We need some kind of long stick to hit the sphere with.
Alright, so reminder. We went to the past where a sage had died, but the sage's apprentice was really sick, and the sage's owl told us that we needed to develop a futuristic Chinese restaurant that had the ability to cure all illnesses. No, this was after, no, sorry. After we went and got a duck who is a doctor, to say that he couldn't help her. Then Monica, who's from the future, said that from her time, Chinese restaurants can cure all diseases. So we built the Chinese restaurant in the future, and the guy who runs it said that he needs a mystical extinct ingredient from the past. So to get that mystical extinct ingredient, I now have to play golf with time.
See if there's some kind of stick handy. Then I'll show you how to hit the sphere.
Wow. Yeah. Isn't this just part of grad school?
Okay, let's try it. Okay, listen up. You hit the sphere with a stick and send it flying. That's called taking a shot. Make a good shot and you'll get the sphere into the distortion. But there's one thing you've got to remember. When you hit
the only
the
time
time
she's
distortion
out.
fragment, also called the sphere, against something, it changes color. From blue to red, back to blue, like that.
Okay.
If the distortion is blue, you can only wipe it out with the red sphere. When the sphere and the distortion are the same color, they repel each other and it won't work. So if your sphere is the same color as the distortion, you have to hit it up against a wall or something and change the color back. It's the only way you can wipe out the distortion.
It's a really good question,
We call
sir.
this hitting the sphere up against a wall to change its color bumping. You can bump the sphere as many times
my
as you
God.
want, but the number of shots you can take are limited, so watch out.
Oh man, this is something I don't want to
If you don't
interface
get
with
the
at all.
sphere into the distortion within the allotted number of shots, the sphere disappears and you fail. In my era, we call the act of wiping out time distortions like this Spheda. Some people even play Spheda like a sport. With the world in danger like this, I know it sounds pretty dumb.
So at least there's a hand
but I
wave in there
guess people
somewhere.
like to escape from reality. That's about it. Did you get all that? Want me to explain again?
No, I'm good.
Okay,
I got
you
it.
can try it now. Good luck.
One time I had to do time golf to create a Russian restaurant in the future that made super cement glue. Okay. Oh no. Oof. Okay. I gotta do this to progress the story. I get 3 par. Oof. Okay. That counts as a swing when I whiff. Can I reset it? I cannot reset it. Oof. Okay. Of course it's off course. Da-da-da.
Oh, that's too...
No, I don't. I think I have to progress the game, though. Oh, man. This is bad. Sure. Okay. Whew. I was starting to get pretty stressed with that.
All right, I did it.
Wow, you're good.
Does that become strictly optional after that point? Or am I going to need to golf again in the future for story reasons?
Oh, my babies.
It wasn't actually that bad. You can play golf in levels? You say no, Ponica does it. Oh, nice. Oof. Fixed time, right?
So much. How can I ever repay you?
Hey, look!
What? What is it?
This is it! The flower we've been looking for!
I can't believe your flower would be growing on my head.
Would it be painful or anything?
Take it if that's what you need. After all, it's thanks to you that my children are safe and sound.
Fixing time is not important in the
Thank
slightest.
you, Mrs. Condor.
Well, I'm off. Oh, almost forgot. When that strange hole thingy disappeared a while ago, this fell out. It just gets in my way. Here, take it. See you.
Seems kind of incestuous. Golf clubs fall out of the time holes? That might be one of the most absurd things I've ever... absurd sequences of events in a JRPG. I don't think you can really top Shadow Hearts, but... needing to do time golf... so that I could get a flower growing on the head of a... giant vulture thing to bring to a Chinese restaurant in the future to make a meal that will heal all disease. I guess they said it was a condor. Alright, dog, let's do it. I think it gets me more in a situation like this, like Dark Cloud 2 or Shadow Hearts, because if you play something like Katamari, the tongue is planted firmly in cheek, and it's very clear that they know how absurd it is. But here, that was played totally straight, completely sincere. Oh yeah, this all makes sense, right? The only thing was a little, I know this is kind of dumb, but... I'll figure the time gate.
Wow, unbelievable! You've got a white windflower.
Shadow Hearts... It's very serious, though, despite how completely stupid it is.
Now you'll make your miracle dish for us, right?
Of course. It's been quite a while, but let's give it a whirl.
All right.
All done. Here you go.
This'll make Lynn better.
Yeah, let's hurry. Lao Chao, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hope it does the trick.
Which is like, the setting in this game comes off as incredibly dark to me. Like, we're in this post-apocalyptic world where everyone lives in one town and the rest of the world has been totally destroyed. There's a chest by the time gate, you said. 15 things I can take pics of in the bistro. Alright, I'll do pictures again soon. I still haven't been able to do a well. Somewhere back here, there's a chest. Yeah, that's the tone thing I was talking about. Corner opposite portal. Like, God drunkenly destroys all the stars in the sky. Oh, yeah, I really can't see those at all. Thank you. I don't think I would have seen any of the chests in this area. Guess I'll do this now. Ideas. Whoops. Symbol at the top is Chinese for middle, usually means China, Middle Kingdom. Peking duck. Right, yeah, I've noticed that too. Okay, Chinese lantern, basket streamer, crescent-shaped light, electric bulletin, fishing contest sign, fresco painting, giant Yorta tree, glowing gate, hand-sewn silk flag, hat, holy emblem horn, Lao Chao's trademark, peeping pole, pork dumpling, rotating sign, runaway dragon, saints writing, scale, scroll, Peking duck, star lamp, star glass, torch, victory stand, warehouse bell. I don't think I can make anything new. I guess I can make premium chicken now. I can invent chicken. I can invent cheese. Cafe sign plus Lao Chao's sign plus milk is how you make cheese. Not work, okay. I need a well for barrel cannon too. I'd love to, but I don't have one yet. Doesn't look like I do yet, so I'm blind. No, I don't have one yet. Okay. Let's go somewhere I can save. Now, I guess I gotta go talk to Lynn and have her not be dead. Got your medicine.
No need to worry. He made us the miracle dumplings.
Yeah, they look really good, too.
Hands off! Those are for Lynn.
I know. Let's hurry up and get them to her.
Okay.
the item menu, of course. Get to golfing.
Ooh, she's coming too.
What happened?
Lynn! Oh, thank goodness you're all better.
I think the answer is don't think about it too much.
Why am I here? Has Master Crest gone off to training? Why didn't he wake me?
Lynn,
Why, Argo?
you don't remember then about Master Crest?
He's super dead,
Looks like she's lost her memory.
Huh? Lynn, Master Crest.
What about him?
Master Crest is gone, Lynn. He's dead.
What? Come on, Argo. Don't joke around.
So you really don't remember. You must have amnesia.
It might cause a case of explosive amnesia.
Master Crest gave his life to protect the moon crystal. He was a brave and wise mage.
What? But what are you saying, Argo?
Oh my god, pay attention. He just explained it like twice.
Where is Master Crest? Tell me, where is he?
Listen closely, Lynn. I know you may not remember, but you and Master Crest set out like always to inspect the moon crystal. But that day was different. A flying warship appeared in the night sky and opened fire on the lighthouse. Master Crest sacrificed himself to keep the lighthouse's moon crystal safe from harm. You must have seen that happen, Lynn. You yourself came to me in tears and told me all about it. Have you really forgotten?
No, I don't believe my master's dead.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it being a Saturday morning cartoon.
I know you don't want
So I don't remember
believe
if
it.
Dark Cloud
Never
1
move forward if you
broadcast
keep
what
running from
genre
the
it was
truth.
in very quickly. I only played it for a couple hours.
Lynn, we can go save Crest right now. We'll change his history so he won't have to die.
You can save him?
Why don't you come with us? If your memory returns, you can help save him.
My memories. Master Crest. I don't know. I just don't know. I can't remember anything.
Lynn, in the very depths of your heart, I think you want to forget you ever saw Master Crest's death. That's why you can't remember.
I kind of thought of the
it.
first Dark Cloud as being a very, like, mechanical game. It was, you're gonna go in these dungeons and you're gonna build shit. You're gonna go in the dungeons and you're gonna
But
build shit.
your memories are crucial.
But
if
that was
you
only
want
from
to
like a
save
couple
Master
hours of
Crest.
playing it, so.
You must do your best to remember.
Don't worry, there's plenty of time. Let's take Lynn with us and go to the Cape Lighthouse. Maybe that will help her to remember something.
Yes, we have to try.
Let's do it.
Then please look after Lynn. Good luck and be careful.
Mandatory character. Can't do shit. Alright, get bonus points when you upgrade a Brassard. Okay. I don't think this is necessarily the right way to do it, but I'd rather a game have no story in the style of, like, you know, Dragon Quest 1 or Final Fantasy 1 than, like, feel obligated to include one. Oh, the stuff in this has been silly enough. Like, it's been worth my time to have the ridiculous Shadow Hearts Duck Doctor tells me to go to the future and get magic dumplings, and then I have to play time golf to get the dumplings. Like, that's... I enjoy that, that's great. I'm laughing at it because it's absurd. And maybe I just came into this game with a different expectation of what it was going to be, story-wise, or at least from the way that it opened. It's setting up all this dark stuff, and then like the first villain is like this clown robot. You're like, okay. And you're like, oh, by the way, Max is like super rich. Introduce more characters, give you an excuse to go to more fantastic locations. Yeah, like the giant fish king from earlier, to chapter 2. That was pretty silly as well. I don't know, I've definitely played and enjoyed some silly cartoony games. I can't really place what it is about this game where it feels surprising to me each time. And maybe after what's just happened in this chapter that will stop. But you'll definitely play an otherwise normal JRPG that has one really weird thing that happens, and you're like, oh, that was kind of out of place, whatever.
Why do you want to be a sage?
That's a good question. Maybe because everyone respects them, treats them like royalty.
It's a horrible reason to do anything.
Hey, that's not right. Don't you mean something like, so I can save the world?
That works too. To tell the truth, I want to be the kind of person who can put everyone else at ease. Everyone can count on a sage. With a dependable person nearby, danger is always far away. That's what a sage is. Don't you think you'd want someone like that near you? Someone to count on?
Yeah, I do.
My hometown was an easy target for the thieves that came from the desert. Everyone was constantly on edge, never knowing when they would strike next. As a child, I often wondered, isn't there someone strong out there who can take care of these thugs? What about the sages I read about in fairy tales? Where are they? Well, I was about to find out. It was when the thieves were plundering the village one day. A single-robed man showed up out of nowhere. He used mysterious magic to defeat the raiders one by one and defend the village. I thought this must be who I've been waiting for. So I asked him, "Are you a sage?" I said. He replied, "Me? I'm no sage. I could never come close."
I'm an evil demon.
A sage is a person who can defend others just by being there, he said.
What that art
Just
looks
by
like
being
anyway.
there. Is that even possible? That's what I want to do. If I can. So that sage was my role model.
Sages are great people, aren't they? So, if you can use a lot of magic, then you can be a sage?
I wonder. Even I don't know that.
Is this the true meaning of deterrence?
What's that?
It's a Memo-Eater. So that's it, huh?
Oh, it's like Drowsy, right? I didn't know that Drowsy was based on a mythological
That's right.
something.
It gets into people's heads and eats up their memories.
Oh, but I'm not ready for this, so I'm about to die, but get him next time. See if there's a
You ready, Max? Let's get it.
there is a missable scoop for this guy, so I'll try to get him.
Let's go.
Oh, I meant Max Pictures. Shit. And I have to delete all useless pictures. There we go. It's a pretty good track, yeah.
I remembered everything. All of it.
Yeah, enemies bearing down on you, but your camera's full.
It was under this tree that my master told me his dreams of being a sage. Must go to the lighthouse. Save Master Crest.
Right, the lighthouse. That's where you and Crest were attacked.
So if we go there, we can save Crest.
Right, let's go. Okay.
All right.
Height. Sounds rude. There's like a pantheon of demons, basically, is yokai. It's a toothpaste ad. Alright, so I got one of the missable inventions. Can I actually make something with it? Starbreaker. Starbreaker like a sword or something? Chimney, firehouse, Memo-Eater. Rama priest like cheese. Supernatural beings in Japanese folklore. It's like a kappa yokai, technically. Or like a tanuki. Because demon doesn't necessarily have a bad context, or we translate yokai as demon. Kappa, the water turtle demon thing with the water on its head. Right. New invention. Wait, do I get in trouble for deleting that? I needed to show that scoop to somebody, didn't I? Or does I'm not really clear on how scoops work in this game. Alright. Chimney, firehouse. Memo-Eater. Oh, they can be in this menu and refine? Okay, thank you. Oh man, dope.
Yeah.
That might be an upgrade to what I currently have, and I haven't really invested in my current gun at all. 40, 45. Oh yeah, that's way better. Okay. I guess I'll finish getting the trumpet gun to 5 and I can spectrumize it and put it on my new one. Oh, it's a machine gun? Yeah, Pocky and Rocky is where I saw most yokai. I like that game. Does time menuing count against your time when going for the medals for clearing a level fast? Not that it matters, I'm not going to try to clear quickly. I might check Georamas after every stage now so I can get my hands on the barrel cannon level 2. It does, okay. You know. Ooh, I never repaired shit outside, did I? Could have sworn I did. Oof, that's not good. Bother loading my save, or I just deal with it. Yeah, thought so. Guess I'll just deal with it and see what happens. There's a couple songs in this game that remind me of other games. The Chill House theme, I can't place where I've heard it before, but I've heard a similar song in a different game. Shimamura sound for sure. And the specific enemy that has the exit item is random every time, isn't it? Oh, I still have that bullshit equipped. Hold on. So, like, probably always a priest of Rama, since that's hinted at when you come into the stage in this level. Gotcha. Again, trying to get some repair powder would be nice. Chest over here. So I could try going for a weapon heal, assuming it works on the ride pod. Nope, never mind. Worth checking. Can't carry any more cheese. Alright, well, if that ever happens, I may as well just use a cheese. Hi Ben, I know you're very hungry. You'll have to be patient. There's my meat. I can leave the level now. Hi Ben. Yes, I love you too, little guy. Yes, you're very furry. So furry. So hungry. He was really mad at me when Andrea was gone in Vietnam. all the mimics in here, man. Now, do all enemies have a fixed steal? Oh, nice. I was against getting pets when Andrea first said she wanted cats, and I have come completely around on that. Probably because of that, was it toxoplasmosis you get from their poop? Some studies suggest makes you like cats. You get infected by the parasite. I don't know how real that is. Did you know that Dark Souls mimics can be trivially dealt with by throwing a Lloyd's talisman at them? Found that out partway through my Dark Souls 3 replaythrough I've been doing. Alright, I have to do it from here. Which is important for Dark Souls 3 because, like, I think 80% of the chests in that game are mimics for whatever reason. If you throw a Lloyd's talisman at a mimic, it makes it fall asleep, which coincidentally in Dark Souls 3 causes it to roll to see if it drops something. There's an area where there's like two mimics right next to each other, and you can just throw a Lloyd's talisman in between the two of them until the symbol of avarice mimic head drops. Alright, I gotta get out of here to repair my ship. I must have upgraded the ride pod and then not done the repair. Items I'll never ever use for 400, right? Now it has a purpose. I guess it worked in Dark Souls 1 as well, I just never knew. Same reason, never use that item ever. Got the real chest for the ones doing the mimicking. Yeah, and when you put them to sleep with it, it makes them drop whatever's in the chest, so you can get them to fall asleep and then just take the item and not kill them. Or you can get like 4 free shots off while they're asleep. You can kill them eventually if you really want to. Not quite. Alright. Also gonna pop back over and see if my new Georama lets me make a well yet. So one thing I am actually excited about is upgrading the barrel cannon. Block pot torches. A lot of shit was just made clear. I guess I can know what those things are. 4 pot torches placed. I'll wait till I get the well. Makes sense. So there's a fishing goal and a golf goal in every level? Man, platinum trophying this game must be rough. Nature's Threats. Oh yeah, what's the release date? Probably play that launch week. Or at least do something like the did with Llama Lana 2. Oh, that's pretty soon. Right on. Ben and Marty are rescue kitties. Apparently their prior owners were really mean to them. Makes me very sad. Hey, thank you, Nodovan.
You're super awesome. Thanks, appreciate that.
Nodovan, I think Chaos was thinking of tying you, or at least coming very close to tying you in the fundraiser incentives. But I think that you'll still probably have first choice after the raffle. So if I won the raffle, I would probably pick franchise focus for the stream, because that would affect like streams for up to like a year, maybe longer, depending on what franchise you pick. Which would then leave you with the choice of franchise to play for the 24-hour stream that I owe everybody, or multiplayer franchise. Have you thought about either of those, what you would pick? In both cases, I think it'll have to be a discussion with me. Like, there's a couple franchises that I don't think I'd be able to survive a 24-hour stream of. Mario worked really well because I could swap games pretty frequently, beat some games, get some games started. The very first pick of those three things, that's what I'm saying, sir. But if I were choosing, if I were the raffle winner and I was choosing, I would pick franchise focus for the stream, which would leave behind the other two options of either the 24-hour stream or multiplayer. Those go to the top two donators since we hit all the goals. That's assuming someone in the raffle takes it. I think Mega Man would be good for the 24-hour stream. Something like that would be really nice. Just a couple games are a bit longer. I could beat a lot of them. Be switching games frequently. That's awesome, Leon. Glad they updated that. I think that the next level of auto resub would be not necessarily a direct auto resub, but it'll auto resub if you tune into the person you're sub to's channel X number of times in a month. But I guess if you're doing that, you'll probably see the expiration. Yes, that's correct, this name. You can't win more than one thing. So, I could do Sonic 06 for 24 hours. It's enough of a shit show that it would be interesting the whole time. Watching anime. I'll do 12 hours. We'll do the 2-to-1 thing. Is there any anime that can be restreamed legally? If there wasn't a legal matter, I'd be doing that already. Actually, Twitch sent out a survey to streamers above a certain viewer threshold a while ago. I actually got one of them. That was like, hey, do you have any interest in like watching movies and TV shows with your viewer base? I was like, yeah, totally. But able to do that in a way that wasn't annoying, I sure would. Or crime. So, whoever wins the raffle Nodovan will get first choice of one of the following. They'll either be able to decide the next franchise focus on stream after Metal Gear Solid, or the franchise focus of the 24-hour stream, or a multiplayer game for me to play for at least 4 weeks, maybe more if I end up liking it. So it's likely that whoever wins will take the franchise focus on stream in the raffle, because that's the most bang for your buck. You get the most hours of stream time if I'm playing it for that long. So given that the other two rewards go to the top two donators, which will likely be you and Chaos, provided neither of you choose that as your raffle pick, you would pick between multiplayer or 24-hour. I'll try to get everybody's orders for their bead sprites as well, because I think I need to order some new colors. I haven't done bead sprite ordering in a while, so I'll have to catch up, maybe see if Perler Beads has expanded their color base. You used to have to get some colors from Hama Beads, which melt a little janky compared to Perler Beads. Yeah. Sonic 06 is a train wreck. It's like Suicide Squad, where you're just like, how can it have this huge of a budget? How could this have happened? Be pretty funny. Probably pull it off. Cast factor's potentially close to like, well, he's got like a 30-hour stream if he wanted. He could just have me play Sonic 06. I could see him wanting to use it to heavily discount a game though. We'll see. You got time though out of it. I'm not closing the fundraiser until I get back from PAX. Or technically until the last day of PAX. Then I'll start reaching out to people, raffle winners, that sort of thing. Suddenly I have a fear that I didn't actually finish saving, so I'm gonna check it again. Madden campaigns. I thought about doing fantasy football for this season. I think it's too late, but maybe next year. I might get Kat to try to explain the one that he's in. We won't ever run out, yeah. I think they're coming out too quickly. I think there's too many out there right now, even without new games coming out, that I wouldn't be able to finish them, at least not with my current stream schedule. No. If you do the 24-hour stream, it doesn't necessarily have to be a franchise. You could specify play from among these games. If you go back, I know the Mario stream was before your time. Basically, like every 2 hours I switched games. And I had a couple games that I just wanted to show for a little bit, like Mario Sunshine. I had a couple games that I beat very quickly, like Mario 3. And a couple games that we beat over the course of the stream, like Mario 64. Worked really well.
All that's been going on, I think the townspeople have had a lot to worry about.
Europa Universalis.
Hopefully a bit of fishing will take their minds off it.
That's our mayor.
Mayor Need's on my train. He's not running a town. Probably say 3 to count as a franchise. You could do 24-hour Dwarf Fortress. I haven't played Dwarf Fortress yet. Is it a game that, you know, someone who's just trying it out for the first time could get addicted enough to that they'd want to play it for a really long time? Some games that I play, I feel like I lose track of time while playing them, and that seems like that would be ideal for a 24-hour stream. Yeah, that could work. I'm down. Get a hefty discount. I might want to, if you did Dwarf Fortress, I might want to split it up with a couple other maybe similar games would be cool. If you did like roguelike 24-hour stream or procedural generation 24-hour stream. Just so that I can maintain my sanity. And because you won't be able to tune in for the whole thing, I assume. A lot of people had fun with that with the Mario stream of like going to sleep waking up and I was still alive. Uh, 24 Hours Slay the Spire, I'd really like that game, I'd do that. I'll think about it, there's no time pressure right now. I have to actually do the raffle drawing, which will probably take more than a couple days, because I'll need to get each person's choice once they're drawn in the raffle before I draw the next person. I guess I can draw everybody, but I need to, you know, ask person 1 for their choice before I can ask person 2 for their choice, and so on. Oh. My Andrea would tune in for a lot of that. She loves Spyro. The Reignited trilogy's not out yet there, right? Call of Duty would be cool. No. Mario is perfect. Actually, can't think of too many franchises that are like Mario in that respect, where there's a lot of entries. Several of the games are incredibly short. Some of them are actually pretty long. You get a decent representation of different console generations. Yeah, kind of samey. But maybe what you do is just design your own 24-hour stream. Just, you know, I can show you the... If you end up winning it, Donovan, or whoever ends up taking it, I could send you the spreadsheet I made to plan out the Mario stream. You can try to just fill similar blocks with whatever games you like. Yeah, franchise... Pokemon's pretty samey. I like to do Pokemon because they're good games, and I guess they're technically different from entry to entry. It's not quite like Madden or like Monster Hunter, where you should only play the most recent one. But I've also heard that Pokemon has a pretty decent number of people searching for the game. It's got a good supply and demand balance as a streamable game. Which is kind of what Franchise Focus was originally about back in the day with Zelda. It was like, let me do something that's always on the schedule that's just a staple, classic, awesome game that everybody likes. I guess Overboard Gaming got started because they did a Pokemon Franchise Focus. And they got like 100 average concurrent viewers, of which like 40 followed them in other games. I'd like to do Pokemon where I carry my Pokemon over from each generation. Obviously not use them in the new one, trivialize everything. Well, maybe I would trivialize everything, I don't know, because it depends on the generation. Some of them, they don't let you carry over stuff from the Pokemon Bank until the post-game anyway. Pokemon's already pretty trivial. Wasn't planning to make an event of it. I guess I could, but I was just gonna try to take care of it. You remind me of some games Paradox has made, Donovan? It's 24-hour Civ stream. Every time I finish a game, I have the difficulty.
Which shall it be? Very good. Here you are.
Danganronpa. I've heard it's a good game, though, right? Like it's well designed. I guess so is Persona. I think because I choose not to read visual novels aloud or do funny voices or anything like that, that I'm slightly less enthused overall about visual novels. Not that I don't like those games, like I would probably enjoy them more off stream. Like a game like Phoenix Wright, I think I would have enjoyed a lot more, like on a plane or something. If I ever got a fixed co-host that would want to do reading visual novels aloud, I would do that. 24-hour Persona stream. I'll do it. You'll get a quarter of the way through Persona 5 and discount it to a lowly 70 SP per vote. Choosing not to read visual novel games aloud is my own decision as well. I can change that. Just have to psych myself up for it, practice it. I don't feel comfortable doing it, basically. Pretty much a one-time thing for now. I like the idea of connecting it to a hefty donation goal like this last one, where I wasn't really expecting us to achieve it. I think Metal Gear Solid either isn't as mainstream of a series as I anticipated compared to like Castlevania, Dark Souls, and Zelda, or it's just not particularly watched on Twitch, which would make sense given that it's mostly cutscenes and stuff. I have a lot of people who watch the channel who came in during the Zelda franchise focus or found it through Zelda VODs, or even Castlevania. Yeah. My thing is, I know that I'm not putting in enough effort at reading stuff aloud for it to sound good, and I'll often stumble over it or just read it too fast. So if I could like take a class or something on, maybe not voice acting, but oral storytelling, I'd be more comfortable trying it. Oh, it'll be fine, Leon. It's just for an hour or two, right? I'm more concerned about, like, the 30-hour Phoenix Wright or the 90-hour Persona games. Persona's a little bit better because most of it's voice acted. So that helps a little bit. I think I forgot to come out and repair my ship, didn't I? I was on autopilot while I was talking. Alright, I still have one extra gun. Lots of text isn't necessarily bad. The strategy I've taken recently is just simply not read it out loud. Maybe read occasional key nouns, sentences that I interpret as being important.
Here you are.
I find it's actually easier for me to pay attention if I do that. Like sometimes when I'm reading it out loud, I'm so focused on the out loud part that I don't actually like consume the information like I do when I read it to myself. Oh, I would love to use that exploit in Persona, are you kidding? Sounds great. How quickly does that end the game? Any other series? Paraphrasing works most of the time, yeah. No, Persona is not a fun game. The fun of Persona is getting into a combat once and figuring out how you're supposed to solve it. It's not fun to encounter that same fight 8 or 9 more times and go through the motions that you taught yourself the first time. Like solving the boss or solving the, oh, this has 2 tables and a dancing mask creature. I have to use Bufu Bufu, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I just don't want to do that 38 more times. 60-hour no-effort visual novel. Yeah. The effort element isn't even really that fun. Well, I don't know. I mean, I said this before. I actually really liked Death Johnson's subblock game, that MLB Power Pros. Because I was just... I guess part of it is that it was also very brief. Persona has a brevity problem. It doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. It spends like an hour saying something that should take like a line of dialogue. But I was going to say, I think the reason I liked MLB Power Pros is because it didn't have any illusions about what it was. It was a visual novel, period. There wasn't like, okay, now go in a dungeon and grind for 4 hours before you get back to the story part. That's like my core... Clearly it's the children that are wrong thesis about Persona, that it's like Monster Hunter in that it wants to be 2 games and that both games are in direct competition with each other. Like, the visual novel aspect makes the JRPG part worse, and the JRPG part makes the visual novel aspect worse. Yeah, exactly. Mama, mama, boofa, mama, boofa. I can do that. Please spoiler and experiential. Read everything. Oh, it just gives you a lot of XP? Right on. I think they're supposed to complement each other. Maybe I just didn't feel it in the way I was playing it. I think the whole, like, oh, you do social links, and then the social links have consequences in the dungeon. I guess the dungeon doesn't really ever interact with the visual novel part. It's a one-directional relationship. I'm glad that there's not... Something I really disliked about Persona 4, because I liked and disliked it, I liked that there were some social links that gave you a really cool combat bonus. My problem was that it was arbitrary which ones had it. Like, a lot of them were totally pointless. They just upped a specific arcana, and then another one would give you a really useful power. Oh, Jesus. Get out of dodge. Jeez. You're so thirsty you can't swallow anything. I haven't seen that happen before. Don't stress too much. It won't be probably until next weekend that I'd actually ask you to decide, and then I probably wouldn't even schedule it for a while longer than that. None of them. Strategy can work too if there's a mix, I think. Like, there doesn't even have to be a theme. You could just treat it as like a 24-hour sub-block. Just try to get me at least 10, 11, 12 games in there. I think I did like 12 or so games, maybe more in the Mario stream. I forget things about Cultist Simulator. So the Cultist Simulator devs emailed me. They're like, we noticed that you're a streamer that played this game. I'm like, huh. I haven't, but okay. It's on my subblock list. Escape Dungeons on Command. That's awesome, Donovan. I think I would like not Persona a lot more if it took care of its brevity problem, dialogue precision problem. Like, I think I love Mass Effect, but if Mass Effect had Persona's dialogue precision problem, I might hate it. I don't know. I would have played it off stream, so I probably would have reveled in 50 lines of dialogue for every scene instead of like 7 lines of dialogue. There's one thing it does well, it's polish. Super core. Psycho 6. Hey, you could also do bad games or something. Sky's the limit. I guess if I were picking, I would try to pick a cool franchise that has a couple games in it that are beatable. Different gameplay between games. Anime Mass Effect. Anime Mass Effect is Xenosaga, but even Xenosaga doesn't have the brevity or the dialogue precision problem. It's fairly precise. It has long cutscenes, but it doesn't feel like it's spending forever on them in most cases.
So this is the lighthouse.
That's funny, not only. Is this the meaning of lighthouse? I feel like dialogue precision is a problem that's almost exclusive to video games right now because of the almost total lack of pressure to edit. Mostly been solved in film just for like budgetary reasons. And it's helped a little bit in video games by the cost of voice acting. Equipment shop at Stella Temple that deals in rare articles and goods. Stella Temple is the one that I'm rebuilding. And don't knock my monitor over. He's really like spinning the whole thing around now. That's cool, not even. That's kind of what Dwarf Fortress is all about, right? Dying in fun ways. Hey, there's a well. Well, well, well. I do not understand how this weight thing works. I guess some of these locations have different base weights. It's not just based on what I'm placing there, apparently. So it was well. Wait, can I not do it here? Puzzle. Hold on. Barrel Fountain, I think. Gunpowder. Need one more. Okay. Actually, don't know. I'm guessing what's his nuts sells gunpowder. Do that before we go back in the dungeon. I want 2 of those, technically. Stewart resides in Valley. 40 culture points obtained. Star lamp on brick house. So I'll make a brick house. Mighty, mighty. I have Arn or Blinkhorn yet. Blinkhorn's the weapon shop owner, I assume. Stewart, I think I can get in here for pot torches. Sheriff. Okay. Can I get the golden paint yet? Where is it? I'll go get it if I need it to progress. Alright, so I gotta get Parn and Blinkhorn. Takes 30 hours to get comfortable with Crusader Kings too. I think something dexterity related would probably be more interesting for a 20-hour stream versus something that's like turn-based. Even though I really like Final Fantasy, I don't think I'd do a Final Fantasy or a Dragon Quest 24-hour stream. Best to play with someone who knows it over your shoulder, which we would be doing at least. Ben, oh my god, stop. He knows now that him pushing on the monitor annoys me. He's just kind of bump it a little bit with his head, but now he puts his entire body into the monitor and just like turns it 90 degrees. I've actually never played Diablo 1. Diablo would be pretty cool, actually. Do Diablo 1, 2, and 3 story. 1 would be blind, 2, I played a shitload of Diablo 2 a long time ago, but that was mostly like Bale runs and Mephisto runs, so the actual story I don't really remember very well. Let's see if there's more chests here. Tactics for 24 hours straight. Even tactics games are kind of rough streaming wise, just because like there's not as much going on in the turn by turn. XCOM's probably the only one that I could see having something crazy different happening every turn. Or like the Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle game. Still can't believe that game got made. No. I was looking for them, but I didn't see any. Maybe it's just my... Is there a brightness setting in this game? I can't see shit. I checked this last time. Potato pie. Wait, I thought you said it wasn't until much later. Is this the one that I wasn't supposed to open right now, the potato pie? I can reload, I saved before I came here. Okay, so we're fine. I thought you said it was the one that was directly across from Lao Chao's Bistro. That was adjacent to it. Yeah. I'm more worried about missing a defense item than a health item, especially since the amount of health is kind of not so great. There is a chest in the corner all the way across from Lao Chao's Bistro. That's the one I don't want to get, I assume. Defense items are missable. Not even the ones from the glitch, the 3 that don't appear if you don't pick them up the instant they become available. I mean, it sounded like it was going to build a lot more stuff here in the future. I guess not. Oh, I should really get this one. They were all health fruits. Okay. Okay. Golden paint. Drax tree. Oh, right. Okay. And that... Is it technically in Sindane? In the future, maybe? A shop there? I really like the genre. I just think strategy RPGs, tactical RPGs are slightly less stream friendly. Not even stream friendly, like, we were talking about this briefly when I was doing a podcast with Galactic Kodiak and Pythagatron, that, like, you can imagine all games have, like, a set of, attributes related to stream, like how engaged does this game make chat? Does it have the Hearthstone effect where you can kind of play at the same time as the streamer and decide whether you would have made the same choice or not? Is it a particularly valuable blind playthrough, like Undertale? Is there a lot going on in the game for the streamer to talk about turn to turn? That's where strategy games are often lacking. Surprisingly, too, you'd think that, like, of any game, tactical RPG be all about why are you making your choice each turn, but at least many of the ones I've played have a pretty obvious decision. Other than XCOM. I had to save first just so I didn't screw anything up. Pretty sure there is some other stuff at this store that I never bought because I didn't have enough money the first time. Coins. Gold. But I thought I did all the Georama stuff. I thought you had to progress through the game. Yeah, so I only played like an hour of Disgaea, and whose subblock was it? I don't remember. But that game seems interesting enough. Like, it also has movement and throwing creatures. It feels more interesting on a turn-to-turn basis. I agree. I forgot about that. Next, my analysis is... Oh, I guess I did miss some. Huh. I think I can do most of those things though, right? It's available for free. Oh. Yeah, I've got a decent amount of money now, it's not so bad. Ooh. On Brinks, let's go. And what did I need to get for the kid in the sewers? A dark coin and an indestructible coin? So use my indestructible coin. I can always pop back over and get them. They're both like 1500 or something. No. Which building is the sheriff in? I'm gonna try to get the golden paint guy first. Hey, Diet Mountain Dew. But no. Oh. Ben. Chill out, man. Here's Scrub. Talk to him with Monica or something? Because he's not the sheriff. I didn't finish getting her sword, the 2 level ups today. Can do it now, though. There's no way for me to advance time in this game, right? Other than just to run around and waste it. I'm really confused. She said to build it up twice, which I've definitely done with that sword. Paint guys in one of these buildings up here somewhere. What weapons are they? It's kind of silly. She even tells you that she doesn't care. Chopper or Sandbreaker? I could have made those, couldn't I? Oh, she only wants it to be from the Gladius. Okay. It's creepy. I'm gonna go buy the gunpowder that I need to make my new shit. I'll try to recruit the kid. Oh, really? So if I find the chopper or the cliff breaker in like a chest or something, I can turn them in? Alright, that sounds more convenient. Let's go ahead and buy those 2 coins. I'll get my gunpowder. Hopefully the gnome guy on the boat, the train, sells it. Fingers crossed. I'm not using the monster badge because it sucks. Can't move in the future, okay. So does every dungeon map in the game have a golf level associated with it? Good time to be up there. That's interesting. And many of them also have a fishing level, fishing challenge, I should say. Make sure I actually repaired my ride pod. Show you the kitties being bad over here. See the kitties before I leave. See if Andrew can take some pictures of them for Discord along with packs. Hi, Marty. Here comes Ben on the watch him. Oh, he didn't push the monitor. Is it because you're on the camera that you're not doing it now? Son of a bitch. Now you don't do it. Jerk. He knows. He gingerly moved past it. I would do more cat cam, but I've... something happened with my stream deck and I have to take the time to fix it. I haven't prioritized it in the morning yet. Alright, sell me some gunpowder, please. Yeah, you do sell it. Nice. So I need 21. Let's see what else. I guess I still have the level 1 ones on me, right? I can always swap to them if I forget to repair. It will be not as good, but it's nice. Train doors are absurdly tall. No, I didn't notice that at all. It's funny. Hey, so the shop they want me to go to progress with the lighthouse, do I have what I need to do that right now? Donnie joined your party. Let's see if it's daytime now. this guy the sheriff? I've been waiting. Is this the right way? I don't actually remember the right way to... Nope. I already fucked up. Because I should figure out where it is first. Maybe I'll piss me. You bailed on my challenge. I'm like, sorry, dude. Other shit going on. So since we went over by about 10 minutes last session, I'm going to be wrapping a little early today, so I have some more time to prep for group packs tomorrow before Andrea gets home. We'll be wrapping when the game clock says 20 hours flat, so it'll probably be at about 4:50. Just heads up. Alright, let me figure out where this thing actually is. Is it this way instead? I don't think I ever get a map. That's gotta be right. Assuming it lets me run through there and avoid the fishing contest. Running down the street and back, I know, right? Did they disable this event flag? It's not? Oh. Thanks, member. Appreciate it. Try it again. Just make me do suicides, man. Third time's a charm. Surprised it doesn't like put like a breadcrumb trail on the ground or something. You just use like words to tell you where to go. Come on. Across the bridge, go to the left of the church, then to the right of the lake. I don't know why the camera angle shifts to a fixed angle here. It must be like a rendering problem that it's trying to cover up. Or a loading trick, maybe? I don't think I'm gonna make it. I think you said 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Not with my current time. I have to press the button. Okay, shit. There's no speed boost in this game, is there? I just know where the boat is, yeah. Either said 2 minutes and 10 seconds or 2 minutes and 5 seconds. I might be able to do 2 minutes and 10, but definitely not 2 and 5. Yeah, picture of the moon. I thought there was a dude at the docks that I had to do like a really big fish to recruit. It's harder than it sounded. Alright, let's Don't get stuck on stuff and make sure I actually interact with the boat this time. Woof. Yeah, I thought there was gonna be like a chime or a ding or something when I touched the boat. I didn't think there was gonna be an interact button. There's an NPC right there that's really easy to miss too. Boat needs a friend too. I got to the boat at exactly 1 minute, so it's gonna be cutting it real close. I don't know if I got 3 seconds of saving. I wasted like half a second getting caught on the bridge last time, and like another second or two on the boat. Alright, fishing guy's not that likely. Taking a risk there, but it worked. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. Wait, is it 2 minutes and like 3 seconds or something? Shit, okay. Right on, not gonna question it. 201, holy crap. Let's save the game before I do this. That's brutal. Great. Probably death. Okay, so I gotta get Harn and Blinkhorn to reside in the valley. Question is, any of these houses allow for multiple people to stay in them? Purple roof? Kidding me? Fence or a gate around the house? You're the worst. I'll take either, basically. So you need it all the way around the house, or how does it work? Like, it has to be totally contiguous? Like, that won't work because there's a small gap? Please make my roof purple. Great. So they do connect. That's nice. Oof. Alright, gonna buy some metal scraps. I asked this earlier, I may have missed the response that somebody replied. In order to progress the lighthouse thing, is there like a shop that I need to build? Where can I go to do that? I didn't think there was anything in the future that I could get to. At least it didn't look like it. See nuts? Okay. Whew. Get a little worried. Oh, I need Parn and Blinkhorn? No kidding. I assume most of those NPCs would be optional. I guess for the cook guy was not. Ferdinand. Alright. Back to building your stupid fence. Hey, he was okay with it. Oof, worried about that. Okay. Tarn resides in Valley. He wants a purple roof. Which means he'll only move into a wood house? Wait. Oh, paint. Let's see. Forgot that paint was even a thing. Okay, so I gotta go get 4 sturdy rocks. I do wish I could buy stuff from him from that same menu. I feel like that's a Dark Cloud 3 thing. Game's 15 years old and they haven't made any new entries in the series. Only the sturdiest of rocks, I'm kidding. Could just buy a shitload of the basics. Should be fine for now. Brick houses can't be painted? Really? Okay. I think any house could be. Brick can be painted. That's fine. Thanks for confirming, folks. A weapon shop, tool shop. Everything's good to go except the Lighthouse Moon Crystal. Okay. Now I probably need to be careful about opening this chest you're talking about that's directly across from the Bistro. Live in a shed with a purple roof and a decent house. Next to the weapon shop. Okay, thank you.
Rarity shop, star items. A place like that might sell a star glass.
Starglass?
Starglass?
A star glass is a mysterious item that can reverse the flow of time,
3 miniaturized nuclear shells?
but it can only turn back time to a moment of deep significance to the person that uses it.
Oh, that's convenient.
If we use a star glass to go back into Lynn's memory, we can get back to the time when Lynn and Crest were attacked.
So we can't, like, use it to take extra
Great
classes.
idea, but it won't work unless Lynn can get her memory back.
2 different kinds of time travel.
Right. First, let's try to get a hold of the...
And now he's doing it again. Jesus, dude. Stop that. Cat is such a jerk. Why are you the way that you choose to be, Ben? So this is not the weapon shop. The weapon shop is the other one. Okay. And there are some things that you would expect to be a picture, like a bookcase, and other things that, like, what, really? That's its own picture? A peeping pole. Huh. I saw that in the list earlier of things I could get in this chapter. And Starlight are... Oh, now I can buy crystals finally? That's very exciting, actually. This is the first time I'm able to, right? Oh, they're expensive, though. I'll wait for now. Starglass. 6. Okay. There aren't any chests by this thing, presumably. This area, I feel like, is a much better sell for the time travel mechanic than the last zone, where it was just like... You're just rebuilding Jurek. I guess the whole point was that it was trying to introduce you. So there's one here that I don't want to open. I think. It's the one I saw earlier. So there's one in the corner here. You're saying don't open this one until later? Okay. There's actually 2. There's also one right next to the door. Which is the bad one? The one in the corner or the one next to the door? The door one's fine. Looks like chest isn't one, which is interesting to me. Clubs. Oh, Sandbreaker. Here we go. I can go just turn that in to Jerkwad. It's 900, but I can always farm that back. Probably faster than farming up 2 build-ups on the default thing. So I got 3 minutes left. I'm gonna get out of the future. I'm gonna go recruit the weapon lady, and I think we'll call it for today. I'll let you guys know what the plan is. Oh, I probably could have gotten that, and I'll get it next time. It's fine. Got stuff to do there still. Home breaks. Here's that shitty swears. Join me or die. Ben, I know you're so hungry. You've never eaten before. You've only heard the legends. Thank you. Pick her old sword back up. Something I want to do with her in Sindane. I guess remind me of that next time. Don't think I'll be able to do... Well, maybe I can do it now. I've got a minute left. See what it is, I guess. There's not a save point in Sindane, is there? At least I didn't see one when I warped in. There's one in the station. Oh, it goes with Elder Jurik's branch and 50 culture points. So I gotta do something special in addition to planting trees. We don't know what it is yet. Okay. Well, we'll have to pick up from Balance Valley next session, so I'll just come here and save real fast. Wonder why it revealed all of the requirements for this zone, but I still have hidden requirements in Sindane. That's kind of weird. Maybe I have more stuff to do in the dungeon in level 2. Perfect timing. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I'll let you know what's coming up next week. 1 sec.